My son has something called Costello syndrome, and he wasn't diagnosed with it until he was 12, but we knew from his premature birth onwards that he had some unusual, not typical needs that other children have. He couldn't eat, he was sick. He had cancer, diagnosed with cancer when he was 6 months. He had to be intravenously fed at home. His language skills were slow to develop. Walking was a challenge. He needed prosthetics. He needed orthotics. He eventually went to school. He needed special education. He needed teachers. He had hip surgeries. He had, goodness, a lot of surgeries. He developed osteoporosis. He recently had brain surgeries. So he's had a lot of different disabilities. So physically impaired, visually impaired, language skills, and mild mental retardation.
Spare right here. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
We care for him at home. We have some supports that come to the house and help with him because his needs were medically based. It was hard to find people who specialized in providing medical care who were interested in coming into the home to help with him. Finding supports continues to be a challenge at home, and we're looking at an out-of-home placement for him. And next May, there should be a home available for him to move to.
So this is our Hayes Street home, and we have plans to remodel it. It's currently a 3-bedroom, 2-bath home, and by the time we remodel it, it will be a 5-bedroom, 3-bath home. And so instead of supporting just 2 people with disabilities, we'll be supporting at least 4 people. And with the 5th bedroom, we'll use it as a staff sleeping room. So come on to this house. This rec room will be turned into 2 bedrooms and a bathroom. So there'll be 1 bedroom there, a 2nd bedroom kind of in the middle, and an accessible bathroom here, pretty large bathroom. So we're not going to do much with these existing bedrooms except for take up the carpet and finish the hardwood floors. Yeah, the ramp wouldn't start here, it would start here. The ramps, this is all going to be gone, right? So it's just, the slope will start there.
And will that door be gone, the screen there?
This will be gone, yes.
Yeah.
And we might even, so that hopefully this should be wide enough.
Okay. Yep.
I think behind the shop, we're going to put some concrete and a basketball hoop, which is exciting.
Yep.
And then we're going to take out at least some of this wall and this wall, just have a post there. That way it just opens it up, so visually, if you needed to know what's going on here and you're in the dining room, you can quickly see into here. So.
The other thing we haven't talked about is Jeremy's visually impaired, and so there needs to be certain light elements of some things as well.
Okay.
Because he, you know, and we'll be sure that we can bring some lamps and things in, but lighting, that's why I ask about windows and where they are, because he's very visually impaired.
Okay.
So he doesn't really want to move. He's happy where he is, but there are several things that prompt that. He needs a lot of supports that it's harder as we're getting older to be doing that. You know, we're noticing we don't have the energy. My health has suffered, you know, some from all the stress of all the years. So it's time to back off a little bit and let go and let him move on. And I think, you know, I'd like to see him do this while we can support him there and be sure that he gets a good beginning there and feels very comfortable there, so that when the time comes, you know, hopefully many years from now, that we won't be here anymore, that he'll be okay and that will be his home. That's a beautiful window outside, though.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
It is, it really is. Yeah.
If I'd say something to other parents, though, they need to get a caseworker as soon as possible.
I would start with Benton County Mental Health, and then they can head you in the right direction as to, you know, funding, activities, programs, schools, different things like that.
The placement usually comes from caseworker. I think that caseworkers are a very important part of the success because they know the residents.
It's important for you to let your county services coordinator know what your future plans are. The important thing is to just call us and let us know so we have some time to put something together that fits for your child.
The earlier within reason that they move into living outside the home, the better off they are, because you're not always going to be around. And the longer that transition period is where they still have your support, I think the better it is.
We want them to be successful. We want you to feel comfortable with the placement. And a little planning goes a long way in having that happen.
Really, a family member would really need to look at their family member's needs and their abilities before determining if they should live, you know, try to live in an apartment that's overseen by somebody. You know, are they that independent? Do they have those skills? Or do they need to be placed more in a 24-hour setting, you know, because they don't have those skills to kind of care for themselves?
Everybody's different, you know, as was mentioned. Some people can live on their own, some people try and cannot. I think that just, I would call it shopping around and seeing what different places, you know, or different homes or different programs they are.
I think that parents, though, should investigate all the possibilities that there are out there, go visit the homes.
I mean, you do know your own child, so, and you can make judgments about whether you think they will feel comfortable in this environment or not. I think that you shouldn't, out of desperation, jump into necessarily the first opportunity that you see. I think that if it doesn't feel right, maybe look around a little bit more.
Don't just go visit with the idea of, oh, let's see if it's clean and what they're doing. I mean, really get to know what's in there if they can. If it's possible for them to go spend part of a day in the home and see what it's like.
Go and spend an evening in the house with and see how they operate on a day-to-day basis.
Know that it's not forever. You know, if it doesn't work, that there are other options out there and different things come along.